It's 24/7, I don't settle. I demand my respect, cause they'll finesse you if you let them. Told myself I was the champion, went and got the medals. I showed the world my true colors, and they was black and yellow. I let the past be the past, I'm on a new level. It's hard to pick which card to drive, I got a few of them. The first to make it cross the line like a true winner. Cause if you knew...
Halfway home. Hi everyone, Scott Hansen here, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for week number 9. Plenty to get to. Let's start in Baltimore. The Ravens at home to take on the LA Chargers. And here is the running back. A 55-yard touchdown run. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars. They're playing host to the Buffalo Bills. And here's the Jags wideout. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Jaguars move their mark to 7-1, looking good as they get the win. Lastly, let's go out to Santa Clara. The 49ers hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. And when he's at his best, he's one of the best, Christian McCaffrey. He covers a lot of ground here, 23 yards, touchdown. The 49ers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hansen in Orlando, good night from all of us at EA Sports.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. But tonight we start week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Minnesota Vikings. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call it down at the 44.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10. ETN up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
My dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
But now an audible here into something else. Now a handoff up the middle. Keys. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Browns defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on the 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So a pick six on the first play of the drive, and Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead, they have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Open man, that's Felton. Yeah, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. But you look at this Browns defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
To the air with McCarthy. And it is caught. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
And the Vikings.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. Now they'll audible to something else. On first down, Keys. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Keys. Good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go, Shaq.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. The kicker here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Man, he hits him in stride. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
1st and goal.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Let's go now. Go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, 6th overall. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
It's 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
We'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 32 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Travis Etienne with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing is McCarthy. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Mason Graham busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's McCarthy.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back, who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this works out well, as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. They get 11 back on that, and it leads to 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Now McCarthy. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
At the 24-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Keys. And a short gain here down to the 22.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you get ready to tee off on the quarterback because they have to throw it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Record on for the Vikings field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks have told us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going to look deep down the field. And rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. down on what will be the final play of this first half. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, out of the locker rooms, here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this isn't.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
First and 10, it's ETN. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Travis Etienne with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
His kick is good.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On play action, now McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw McCarthy. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And this one caught on the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Sticking with a pass, here's McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Browns drive about to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, look and repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, ETN once more. And he's got it across the midfield straight into Viking territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Cup 19.
They'll keep it on the ground. Keys. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Come on, hop, go.
They'll try the left side. Keys. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. Screenplay, here's ETN. Given 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It's fielded at the 45. Fights loose. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. McCarthy is set to throw it. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the double.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the Browns' 20-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. From the gun on third down, McCarthy. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Will Reichard on for the Vikings field goal.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. They find some open field here. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Panther 60, check. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. No good.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good. We are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they
Let's see if you can match us.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter, getting down to the good stuff. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now back to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Brown.
Straight ahead, Etienne. 20. And touchdown, Cleveland. Travis Etienne, 46 yards. And the Browns have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Vikings 21.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Price. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. It's gotta have it time. 4th and 9.
Set up. 70 plus 19. 19
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. At 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted. chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Vikings 21.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
At the 60. At the 60.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 yards.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt. And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
The coverage defensively.
To the air with McCarthy. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
On the coverage defensively.
Set. Dragon 60. Hawk set. Warrior 70. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 9.
Go. 60.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. A little too much air under that one. That could have easily been 6 points.
Yeah, the kind of speed he has is almost impossible, we think, to actually overthrow him. But he did exactly that. I think he probably tried to get it out there maybe just a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and 16 at the 33-yard line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Browns, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk